What's going on, guys? Straw Hat Brian back again here to deliver my One Piece chapter 902 review for you guys. If you haven't read it yet, suggest you do so now. Spoilers are going to be in the video. Without anything else left to say, my brothers and sisters, let's get into this chapter. So, cover story, you know, we got to talk about that cover story, but actually it's not a cover story that has to deal with any of the other cover stories. It's another color-filled cover story, cover art, and it's paying homage to the arc that we just got done. And basically, it's paying homage to the arc. It's like a Candyland, Gingerbread Man, like mashup, and you know, you got these like really colorful characters and everything. It looks really cool. You got the straw hats, this little gingerbread man. Looks really dope. There's probably some foreshadowing there too. We'll make a video about that. But anyway, chapters opens up. So the chapter is pretty much just a rehash of everything that's going on. It's kind of just closing everything out, like letting you know, like, yeah, this is the end of the arc. So without anything, we're going to talk about what Sanji's, you know, feeling. So Sanji's saddened. He's saddened by Pedro's sacrifice. He's reminiscing on the time he first met Pedro, and then he kind of starting to blame himself. And then, you know, Carrot kind of senses this, comes up to him and begins to comfort him, and she's like, listen, Sanji, don't worry about Pedro. Like, you guys came and saved our whole village. Like, this is a debt that he felt like he had to repay. So instead of mourning over him and blaming yourself, how about you say thank you instead? I think that was truly powerful. That's awesome. And you see that Carrot is really hurt. Like, you know, she was trained by Pedro. Like, Pedro really poured his blood, sweat, and tears into her training, and like trying to make her into a better warrior. And you know, of course, like there's got to be that you know, that teacher-student relationship, and I think that's what they had. And so, you know, the Straw Hats, they are safely just sailing out of Big Mom's territory, and Big Mom is regaining conscious. We still got a continuation from this musical that's going on. It's like a musical part 2 that's going on. And you know, Pudding, she's kind of reminiscing about Sanji, you know, in her last moments she spent with Sanji, and she's like, you know, heartbroken because, you know, he had to leave her. And she's like, dang, man, like, even though it was for a short time, like, dude is really that great. Sanji's really that bull, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sanji. Chivalry is not dead, bro. So, you know, we're seeing that the skirmish between the Big Mom pirates and between the Sun Pirates and the Germa fleet, it's all still going down. It's not even coming. It doesn't seem like it's coming at all to an end. You know, they're still waiting to get the okay that these Straw Hats are far enough out of Big Mom's territory before they can even try to hightail out of it. So, you know, goes back to Pudding. She's reminiscing about Sanji, and we see that, you know, she asks Sanji for one last request, and then she ends up kissing homeboy, steals his memory of it, and then just tries to play it off and just runs away like right after. And he's just like sitting there dumbfounded, like, but wait, like, what was your last request? And I think that was just so cliche of Oda. It was pretty cool. But yeah, kind of sad, man. Like, you know, this was like really like you see the parallels between Romeo and Juliet and Sanji and Pudding, and it's like really crazy. It's like the Montagues and the Capulets all over again. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, scene shifts over again, and then we have, you know, Brule. She's staying by, you know, Dogtooth's side while he's injured, and you know, they're having a conversation, and it's pretty much revealed that Dogtooth has as a child, he was very similar to Luffy. And I think, like, well, not even think, but it's revealed that when a certain incident happened, we're going to talk about that, that is what changed his behavior, so that he would put on this front so that none of his siblings would ever be harmed ever again. And I think that's really noble of Dogtooth, because when you see Dogtooth doesn't care about his face. They're like, you know, they're telling Dogtooth, like, yo, you know, they're always picking on you and they're always making fun of you. If you just, you know, put a scarf around your face, you could easily just get along with everybody. Dogtooth's like, bro, I don't care about that. I don't care about how people look like, you know, look at me and perceive me, and, you know, I'll just beat him up. And that's what he does. He just beats him up. Like, anybody who talks about him, he just beats him up. Also reminds you of Luffy. Like, anybody who talks crap about Luffy, his family, he just tries to beat you up. So, you know, we get revealed that they were all very close. Daifuku, Brule, Dogtooth, Perospero, and even Oven, they all hung out, and they were like a very closely knitted group as them being siblings. Because, you know, Big Mom has like 80-something kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be friends with all of them. I feel like the further away you get from, like, being number one is, like, that's the further away the relationships are. That's what I believe. So, you know, and we also see that because they couldn't, you know, the people who would pick on Dogtooth couldn't beat up Dogtooth. They decided to attack Brule. You know, they smashed glass over Brule's face. It's funny because now she has the mirror fruit, and I'm pretty sure all that happened way before she even got the mirror fruit. And it was like, you know, once Dogtooth saw that, he was really upset. He was like, why would they hurt Brule? Like, you know, she did nothing wrong. And so he decided to cover up his mouth. And at that point in time, he decided that he would never show mercy to any of his enemies. But he also kind of, like, you know, as he's talking to Brule, he told her, like, you know that we just been keeping up this lie for so long. And you know that, you know, even in my normal life, me lying on my back just isn't true. Because Brule feels like Dogtooth lied on his back purposely for the Straw Hat. To give Luffy that kind of that extra push to kind of just keep going. Because I feel like maybe Dogtooth in the end was maybe just really testing Luffy and see maybe that this is the guy that he's been waiting for to come and change things in Totland. And I feel like, you know, the chapter, you know, the singing or the song that's going on in the background is basically saying, like, you know, when you come to Whole Cake Island, it's like a treat, but don't dare leave or you get the guillotine. So it's like, and coming back is just pure, like, you know what I mean? It's a death sentence. So it's just like, wow. It's like basically saying, like, if you got a chance to escape. Don't ever come back. Never come back to Totland. And I kind of love that because it seems so sweet and nice and happy. But little do you know, the place is dark and twisted and filled with a bunch of its own kind of, like, problems and, like, you know what I mean, like, issues. You got, you know, you have a diplomat or, like, you know, or oligarchy or you know, just someone who's in charge and basically is running everything and running the show and is not really, it's like, you do what I say and how I tell you to do it, and, you know what I mean, no questions asked. So it's like, you know, we're like a totalitarianist, you know what I mean, kind of country. So in a way, but then the scene shifts over again, and then we see that everyone is, like, trying to retreat. And then the Yonko Big Mom finally takes the stage, and she arrives on the battle between the Big Mom Pirates and the Germa Fleet and the Sun Pirates. And everybody, the Germa Fleet and the Sun Pirates, look worried. You know, the Big Mom Pirates are like, yeah, like, we finally got Big Mom. She's come back to her senses. Now she's about to wreck everything. You know what I mean? She's about to wreck our enemies for us because we're all fodder except for Dogtooth, because that pretty much, like, yo, let's just get into that real quick. Like, I just hate the fact that Smoothie was weak sauce, Cracker was weak sauce, and then Snack was so weak that they didn't even bother to show him. And he's fighting against Judge, and that's not even going to matter because even if they show it in the anime, that's probably going to be weak sauce. So, Homeboy weak sauce, and the rest of them is weak sauce, but I'm with Katakuri because Katakuri remind me of Luffy. But at the end of the day, I'm wondering, what does this mean for Katakuri now that he's lost and then basically let Straw Hat escape? Well, he didn't let them escape, but it's like, I'm pretty sure there's got to be some kind of consequence waiting for him once, you know, Big Mom gets the, you know, a word with him. Or I think him, like Brule, Pudding, and Katakuri might try to leave, you know, Big Mom's crew and maybe create their own crew, kind of like what Lola did. Lola just said, bro, I'm done with this. I'm done with this lifestyle. I'm done with you, Big Mom. So, hey, this was my review of One Piece Chapter 902. I'm going to rate this chapter a solid 3 out of 5, simply because pretty much the chapter was just like a rehash of everything and basically kind of like shedding light on what each character was feeling is feeling at the time. So, you know, can't be mad at that. You know, it's just a good transitional chapter onto the next arc. So we know Revelry is coming up, baby. So that's where this is going. So if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. This is Straw Hat Brian. I'm signing out. You guys have a wonderful evening. Hit that notification bell for more.